Good morning, y'all. This is Jeannie with Jen's Junk. Welcome back, and welcome if you're new. Happy Monday. I'm here with a flip through of a journal I've been kind of working in just a little along over the past, past few days. So it is up for grabs, and just direct message me if you're interested. I will have my Instagram link below, or it's Jen's Junk, JENNS_junk_, and just send me a direct message if you are interested in this journal. So it is 80 plus pages front and back. I didn't even count a lot of the smaller ones. I counted mostly just the writing spaces, but of course you can turn anything, into writing spaces. But this should last you several months if you just do daily journaling. But it's a little bit bigger than a traveler's notebook size. It measures about 9 inches by 5 inches, so it's a little bit larger than an average traveler's notebook size. I do still have a journal a little bit larger than this. It's a collaged cover, but it's more blues tones. It is available as well. There's a flip through of it already up. So I was kind of going with the winter colors, but kind of just heading towards spring a little as well. So it has a lot of vintage things in it, birds, maybe a few butterflies, and then florals, of course. So let's see, let's talk about the cover. So it's I have this I guess you'd call it an ecru color seam binding. It's stitched in here, so it's not going anywhere, and I have it layered with I've got wallpaper back here, and then I have a collaged cover of fabric all across here, and it's actually this fabric right here with these florals of like blues and oranges and pinks. I love this. So it's not an upholstery fabric, but it looks like that. It has that vibe, but it's a softer fabric. And then I have this avocado dyed lace. I just stitched on just bits of it. It was a doily, so it had this shape and then this like a big flower shape. And then I stitched on some lace pieces, this fabric piece, this doily here, and then this velour fabric with this brown daisy looking flower here. And then this is some antique wallpaper from the late 1800s that I cut a little piece of and put on the front here. I love that. So I love mixing pinks and oranges, and then the greens and yellows. I just love those colors together if I'm watercoloring or something like that. So I thought I would kind of go that way with this journal. It has charms in the center right here, but we'll get to that. So getting in, it is stuffed with fun things, but it still lays very flat, and you can even take all of the things out. I left all of the strings from all the stitching. You can cut those off if you don't like those, but I like that raggedy kind of look. So glued down this yeah, I don't think I've had the nerve to stitch again over all of that. So I cut this doily and put this end of it here to make a pocket. And let's see, here's some avocado dyed paper. I made several little snippet. Every time I get on camera, that is notepads, and these are the one thing I can never think of the word of. I call them snippets, but clusters. A lot of people call them clusters. So it's just old music sheet torn up, and then I stitched down the middle just some torn fabric, a little punch out of little flower, and then some more of that doily, and then some more of a different type of doily, and then I glued it down over that fold, which is actually a little tuck spotter pocket there, and inside of that I just put some things you can journal on. So here is let's see, it's a very old, let's see, it says 1911, I believe that says. 2 cents or 2 pounds, 5 pounds. Y'all, I cannot see pesos from Argentina. So yeah, I love this. You could cut the end of this and use it as a pocket, or you can just leave it to look at, or you can tear it off and use it to collage on your papers. Don't be afraid to tear these journals up and use them how you see fit. So I just tore the edge of this coffee dyed paper here. Have Edith Holden pages throughout. This one has birds and says February. Here is a postcard that came with a lot I had gotten off of eBay from like 1911 is when that set, most of them were from. It's just a cottage, an old mill, it looks like, with the water running through. I just thought it was really pretty, and the colors went. It says Love's Wide Domain, and has a very pretty little poem there, but I'm not going to read it because it's really little, and I'm getting old and I need to put on some glasses to read that. So here's just a piece of a floral book page of some yellow roses, but I did put the correct info on the back because it's like opposite the page, so usually it's not the right word. So instead of putting coffee paper on the back, I put the info so you could have that info on the back of this one. Here's a coffee dyed index card. I just stitched some pink sari ribbon and a Tim Holtz, just a rose die cut on there, and you can journal there. I like how it hangs off the side. This is some Maggie Holmes paper. I love that green and gold. This is the one side of a Gwen Frostic book page that I use these very sparingly, but I put one in here, and this is the small side of it just poking out, so you can glue that down or leave it and like glue something on it, and you can extend and make an extra page in there. This is out of a floral book. Loved those colors. Here's a little bitty envelope, and I just put one of those little flowers with a little bird sticker there. And I mixed rose gold and gold paper clips in here, and then used the teardrop shape and the regular just to kind of mix it up. This is just a little tuck spot, and I just made this little collage over this coffee dyed Rolodex card. And there's some old dictionary paper with a cardinal on it, a cardigan on it, and this would be, ooh, how fun. It looks like a deer to me, but it's a caribou. Caribou, the name of several kinds of North American reindeer. How fun would it be to see? Well, I think, you know what, I'm not sure. I'm thinking I've actually seen a reindeer. Okay, so here's some vintage lace trim I have here. I believe this is vintage. I don't think this is from Hobby Lobby. This right here, I think, is a piece from there, but this comes with some old wedding fabric someone had given me. This is out of a Rose Gardens of England book, and then I just left where you could read a little bit about it and then get mad where I cut it off. And then I stitched this eyelet trim up on this coffee dyed guest check, and this lace here, this is bits of like lace my mama given me that was my grandmother's. And then this makes just a little tuck there. You could put a little, you know, another little flower and right on the back or something in there. These make good bookmarks too. Sometimes I'll grab them out and stick them in my books I'm reading. Some craft paper. Just some old copy paper. So I stitched this. This came out of an old Bible that was falling apart, and I just picked random. I have not even read this yet, but I just picked a random page out, and then it's funny. My son's birthday was Saturday, and it's actually talking about King Josiah. Be not afraid of their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee, saith the Lord. Yeah, this is talking about before I formed thee in the belly, I knew you. And before you came out of the womb, I sanctified you, and I ordained you prophet unto the nations. Wow, yeah, I just tore that little piece out, and then I stitched these flowers on here. And this is some more very, very old wallpaper that I had been gifted on my birthday from my friend. And so this was from either Ruby and Pearl XO or Sarah with Crafty Paper Bits. But that's where all these old wallpapers I've been using are from. And then some old music paper, and you could journal on the back of that, or I would use that probably as a bookmark. I'm tempted to snitch this out of here, but I will not. I will leave it in. So I put a gold butterfly paper clip here and just fussy cut just this flower out of a wallpaper piece that I have. This is vintage, but it's not like antique or anything. So you could write on the back of this, or you could glue it down and here and just tuck something behind that. I almost did that, but I thought, no, I'll leave it. So this is out of an ideals book. I just picked the pages I thought went best with this. I love the plum tones too mixed in. So this is the poem. It's kind of talking about winter. The poems I picked kind of are winter going into spring, kind of like there's a promise of spring coming. So I love these little cards. I had thrifted a set of these. These are little chickadee birds, I think. Golden crowned kinglet. So those are, I love the texture of those cards. They have a pretty matte finish. So you could send that to someone, or you could journal on it. And then I had made this little snippet, and I just clipped it on here so you could glue it down wherever you want to. Here's another poem that says, not long now. The bottom says, now and then within my heart I feel a joyous trembling start, and then I let my spirit sing to celebrate the coming spring. And I love the back here, just the brown trees. And I love this. I didn't know it was called a water buffalo. I know what that is. Oh, a water buck is a large African antelope. I'm thinking of, I'm actually doing a challenge. I need to do a journal with me, but all year long with abiding Kelsey Lee, to journal every day. And it's not necessarily my, extreme creative journaling that I always do. I mean, that sounded conceited because I'm not that amazing. I'm just saying, it's not as deep as, say, some of the like December daily videos or something like that, but it is what I do. I mean, I'm journaling how I normally, like I'm having fun with it, but some days I just write and put down stickers, and just do the norm. So anyways, anybody can join in. It's Abiding Kelsey Lee. No, it's not. It is, you know what? it is something, and I can't think of what it is, but I hashtag it like just about every day. It is hashtag My Abiding Journal 2021. That is what it is. But anyways, if you'll watch her videos, she talks about, she went to college to learn about, you know, different animals and things. So I just think that's interesting. So now, since hearing that the other day, like, when I see different animals, I'm thinking, oh, well, she probably knew that. Like, anyways, so here's a music sheet. The song was My Constant Joy. And then here's a very old ledger I had found at an estate sale back in the spring, and I just randomly picked a page. No, I didn't. I picked a page that had fun old tape on it and that didn't have a date that I would think would apply to my life this year. So I picked a page. And this says March 31st through Sunday, April 13th. Oh, that's my mother-in-law's birthday and my mama's birthday. Look, but I'm giving it to y'all. So this is from a 1969 little desk calendar. Sunday was on Easter was on April 6th that year. Yeah, there's the little bitty calendars up top. 1969. It is well aged and fun. So I did the Jabid Neri kind of style, or Lynette at Cheaply Chic. I've seen do this before, I think, or maybe I did that in my journal I made for her. But I stitched some lines here to journal on. I thought that was fun. And then this is just out of an old recipe book, chicken casserole. And bite-sized cheese puffs is on the other side with a creamy gelatin dessert. So here is a guest check I just put a feather charm from, and put this vintage playing card. That's so pretty with the yellow tones. I had ordered a little pack of 4, I think, of those from a shop, Yo-Yo Retro, I think, back in the fall to use, and then I didn't journal in the fall. I've got to catch up. So that's a little tuck spot there. So I thought, well, you know what? That works for winter too, because you can see the little tulips coming up, even though the trees are dead. So I thought that works. And again, you can cut these strings off. And then you also have another little tuck spot on the back. Y'all, this video is all over the place, but you know what? Everyone tells me to leave it in, so I mean, not that I really know how to take it out anymore anyway, but I'm leaving it in because oh, it's just been a day. So I washi taped this down in this little craft bag. We have some vellum stickers in a fun little label. Here's some little orange flowers and gold and a little bird. I love those vellum stickers, and I love those labels. Wonder if someone I know is in labor, because I just said that. And I think I hear my son driving up. If so, I apologize if I have done all this and he busts in the door. Okay, so I just put some washi tape here that says beautiful, beautiful, beautiful with an old, I think this was a book from the 50s. It is a children's book, a little book about God, and I love this book. So I have to use these pages sparingly. They're very special to me. There's ledger. Here's the other side of that book page. It's just like a little girl and boy asking their mom about God and what the Bible says. And like this is talking about him creating the earth. And then this page is there was evening and morning. So I don't know, I just love this little book. So I collaged a tag here using some of the antique wallpaper, this hand-painted wallpaper that I have. And I will link the shop below, y'all. It's Ruby and Pearl XO, I believe. I know it's from Paris, but I also have some from Crafty Paper Bits too. So, and then I have this beautiful embossed little bit there, and stitched just some leaf trim on there and put coffee dyed paper on the back. So there's that tag. And then I just stitched down the edge of this page. This is some very, very old wrapping paper. Like you can see how old, but I left it torn. You can tear it off and use it to collage. You can journal inside of it. You can stick things inside. Like I said, just, you know, you can tear it off and do what you wish. But so I put a guest check there. And then this little piece of, this little girl with this little kitten over her shoulder with her braids. That is so precious to me. So my friend gifted me some of this stationery from her grandmother when she figured out what junk journals were when she watched one of my flip throughs at Christmas. So I love that. There's a poem out of an Ideals book. It's always April in my heart. Even when birds and leaves depart, the winds may bring their chill embrace, but there's a smile upon my face, recalling roses on the vine and memories as warm as wine. Sensing tulips and daffodils, I rest with snow upon the hills. Coming soon are lilies too, and in my heart the sky's blue. Then just when all the clouds seem gray, I'll pull out rainbows tucked away. So let the season stop and start. It's always April in my heart. Aw, that's so cute. So I did some messy stitching here and just went back over it again. I used to think people's machines did that, y'all, when I was new, and then I asked, and then they were like, no, you do that on purpose. I'm like, oh, okay. And I won't read you this poem, I'll spare you that, but look, here's this little deer, white-tailed deer just hopping off, and this fox and this squirrel. This is such a pretty page to me. That's why I chose it to be the center. So I left the strings hanging and put a birdhouse with some just iridescent looking glass beads, a button, a little cheetah print looking button, and then here's another glass bead. And you could actually glue this down and make this a pocket. Here too, just glue the sides. Here's some old Battenberg lace that I had bought a collar of in a thrift store, and I did not want to cut that up, but it's not like I was gonna wear it, so I finally cut it up for this journal. Just put a little piece in there. Here's the other side of that little creation book. Some ledger. Okay, so I'll just put some old, accounting type paper here, and then here's a piece of old ledger I was gifted from a friend from Auburn Avenue, Park Avenue in New York, from Suncoat Oils back in 1947. I just thought that was a fun piece of ephemera to include in here. So it's just folded how it was. And then here is another page about God creating the earth, and it has the birds on it, where he created the living creatures that move and that swim and all kinds, and he saw that it was good. Here's the other side of that bag. You can cut it, or you can just use this and journal on there. So I stitched the pages. I love this book too. This is, if you're familiar, the imagery is from Eloise Wilkins. I love her little golden book illustrations. So I pulled the ones with the birds out. I think this book was actually called, there's some glue on here, Birds, I think, or Nature, Birds, something. Anyways, So I loved the little girl watching the birds, and then I also loved the little boy with the freckles. So I just stitched it and left it. And then you can put something back here, or you can journal back here. And then this old recipe from the 50s, this little book, I just left it all folded like it was. And if you want to make you some scones or tea puffs or brownies, or I don't know, something fun, or just cut it up and use it to collage on your journal, you can. And then here's the other side of that recipe paper. And then I stitched on the other side of this linen paper. I just put stitching to journal on that too. I thought that would be fun. Here's the other side of that music sheet, another dictionary. I had 2 dictionary pages in here. I love the image of this tree. And then here's the spring popping up. You can journal through here. You can journal over this. I just folded a piece of Edith Holden. I didn't want to tear it, so I put the whole page of the birds here in a poem about January. And there's 2 pieces of craft paper here. And I just closed them together and put that over that. So there's the little daffodil peeking through. You could journal all through here and on the tree trunk. This is fun. Like, this is tempting to keep this. I'm needing a journal right now to do my word of the year in, and this will be fun, but it doesn't really pertain to my word, so but it could. But so anyways, here's another page. Look at that little girl. She's so cute. I did have to tear the little quail's face off, but it has the little baby ones coming along, but it was too big for this. So again, I left the back with the little boy looking at the little ducks, and just stitched it to this craft paper. Made a little pocket here, and then this was just a paint chip. I just stitched some music paper on. Here's another little snippet thing I made, and I just put a bunch of collage bits together, and then put a little pin with some pearls there. You can remove or leave on there. And then you can glue this down wherever. You can tear it off and just put it as you see fit. Here's another Roses of England book page. Here's some of that beautiful avocado dyed doily. I just put a ruffle down through here. And then just another space there. Here's the other side of that floral book. And then here, I love the greens and the purples. And so you could journal on the top of this, or just look at it because it's beautiful. And then here's I left the stitching exposed here, and I stitched just a pocket. I did not stitch down the middle. That way you could put something large, or you could glue down the middle and put 2 separate tags in there. Some more avocado dyed paper. Here's the other side of the Edith Holden book page with a little bird. I did use one of the little flowers from the wallpaper I cut out and stitched just down through here, and just folded up a little piece of paper to show you. Or you could put a tag or whatever you desire. This is the other side of that old envelope, and I just put a little doily piece, a little wooden bird, and some little buttons and little bitty pins that you could make your own little paper clips or embellishments. But I clipped it at both ends so the buttons wouldn't fall out. And then the last page I stitched a belly band here. I wrapped around the doily and glued it down. I usually try to wrap around my things most of the time if they look right. And then I stitched this to make a belly band here. I just had this torn out of an Edith Holden book page of a bird's nest, so I left that. You can use that however. I stapled this little relax and have a great day on these flowers and just put the back where you could make that a journaling spot. And then I have this stitched envelope that has things you can use in your journal too. It has another little fussy cut, I guess that's a rose, a vintage flashcard, a manila tag, and some napkins if you want to decoupage or something with those. And I just have that clipped down, and that probably would fit right there. It's just a little bulky, so you might want to take it out. So that is the journal, and I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it finds a very good home. I also have some other spring journals that are up for grabs, just a couple, recipe type, floral type, gardening type from last spring that I'm fixing to put back out since I have my channel more established. So thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you so much for commenting lately, subscribing. I will be doing a giveaway at 500 and then again at 1,000, and I promise I am about to draw for the December daily comments and do the every day leading up to the 24th where I had posted and I was going to mail out flat mail. So I have been working on that flat mail. So I hope y'all have a wonderful day, wonderful week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.